All right, it is Windjammer once again coming from the Great Smoky Mountains. So I'm just outside of Bryson City in the Deep Creek campground, with that trail right up there being the Noland Divide Trail. So it's about 8:30, 8:40 in the morning, and got my gear ready, gonna get it on and hit that trail. All right, I'm just a few steps in now, and I better pay attention for a second. I don't want to get my feet soaking wet right out the gate on this chilly fall day. But this is Deep Creek Horse Trail, and I'll be coming down here tomorrow as I wrap up. But for now, I'm going to be taking the Noland Divide Trail up to the Pole Road Creek Trail, which is about 8 miles away. 8 miles, and pretty sure a good piece of that, probably about 4.5 of that, it's all climbing, pretty much starting right out the gate. So it'll be a tough morning, but then it'll be a downhill for all of the rest of the afternoon and tomorrow. Beautiful Smoky Mountains. Well, as you can see, there's some pretty leaves. This is very, very quiet out here this morning. Well, I'm 3 miles up. It's been 3 miles of steady climbing. But what are the rewards of starting from the bottom and climbing up? Well, let us be taking a gander there and see. That you get what you work for. I'm still not in the higher peaks of the Smokies, but high enough. This is a pretty neat location. It's the Lonesome Pine Overlook, appropriately named, and it's pretty. It's cool. Take a little closer look. Sun's coming out, it's shining. Yeah, neat little spot. Back on the trail. Well, I'm still hiking along the Noland Divide Trail. There's really not too much climbing left, maybe a little rolling hills here and there along the way, but pretty easy walking at this point. And I'm kind of just taking my good old sweet time and enjoying the trail. The climb up, yes, it was 5 miles of up from few little breaks, but mainly all climbing, but really wasn't that bad. And leaves are pretty, and it's just a quality day to be in the Great Smoky Mountains. I didn't want to say anything while I was filming the little trail sign because there was a man and woman backpacking right there taking a break. It was a perfect little spot to kick back for a moment. Probably heard them talking. So, little comment is I'm off the Noland Divide Trail, which that actually goes all the way up to like Clingman's Dawn. Pretty cool. Now I've turned onto the Pole Creek Road, or Pole Road Creek Trail. And this also starts pretty much all descent down to a Deep Creek. So at the trail sign, it was 3.3 miles to Deep Creek. And once I get there, I don't know, I'm maybe another mile and a half or 2 miles away from, maybe 2 miles, campsite 58, whoa, where I'm staying tonight. So all the hard stuff's pretty much done, and it wasn't that bad. So just going to enjoy the trail here on out. Hey, hey, I do love a good water feature. There's gonna be really good ones when we get to Deep Creek, because Deep Creek is beautiful. And then tomorrow on the way out, past a few waterfalls that are nice. Hold on, just hip hopping over some rocks real quick. Whoa, that one was loosey-goosey. Yeah, little water features. Sounds so cool. Expert level rock hopping. Well now, the Smokies are throwing me another little test. My feet are still dry as can be, even though I've crossed a few of these at this point. But this one looks a little tricky. Oh wait. Aha! Not today, Great Smoky Mountains. At least not yet. I have a feeling I'm not gonna make it the whole way. But not yet. Okay. I have arrived at the ever lovely Deep Creek. I will cross this big bridge made of oak and manliness. Just ignore that. And turn south on the other side, and I will follow Deep Creek. Well, I'll camp along Deep Creek tonight And get up in the morning and follow it on out. And I was worried that I might have to actually cross this. And there'd be no way I could dodge that. But alas, there's this nice bridge. So anyhow, I'll probably take lots of shots of Deep Creek because it's very pretty. Let's see the sign up here. Doesn't appear to tell me how far away from my campsite. That's okay. I think it's like 2 miles or so. All right. Deep Creek Campground is 7 miles that way. That's where my car's parked. And I'll make camp along the way. All right. Tour of the campsite time. So I'm pitched in this little area here. This is pretty sweet. Got all my gear in there in the Altiplex. And cool thing, this campsite was supposed to be full, but there's actually only one other people there, a guy with his son. So that's pretty sweet. This campsite 58 is right on the water. Oh, the beautiful Deep Creek. That's camp for the night. Well, it's about 6 o'clock. I've eaten, brushed my teeth and all that good stuff. And sadly, very sadly, I forgot to bring my Smoky Mountains map. So I can't show the route I took today, which is unfortunate because I'm very much a map man. But started at Deep Creek, went up Noland Divide Trail to Pole Road Creek Trail, over to the Deep Creek Trail, and now I'm at campsite 58. I think I'm about 5 miles away from the car, so 5.5. And I'm gonna enjoy the night, so hopefully sleep good, and be up early and on the trail in the morning. So good night, see you in the morning. All right, good morning. I have everything out of the tent. Just gotta get the tent done itself, which won't take very long at all. And then it's off to the trail. So try to be a little quiet. People are still sleeping. It's about a quarter to late, and I'll be on the trail soon. Well, I'm back on the trail on this chilly morning, and I got a little bit of a confession to make. So yesterday, I think I even made a clip of it, on Pole Road Creek Trail. There's like 6 or 7 creek crossings, and I was doing an excellent job of keeping my feet dry, and I did not a freaking drop. And I was bragging about it, whatever, doing pretty awesome. Well, yesterday at camp, everything's set up, I'm just hanging around camp. I go down to Deep Creek to take a few pictures, step on a wobbly rock, boom, shin deep in both legs. I think there's a word for that. Karma. Anyway, about 5 miles to go. Should be a very pretty and breezy 5 miles. am getting very close to a place of significance for me. About this time of year, like 3 or 4 years ago, I think it was 3 years ago, but I'm not positive, I had taken my daughter up to Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge to do Dollywood, a couple days up there, having fun. And then we crossed over to a little campground on the North Carolina side, just outside Bryson City, and stayed a couple nights with my dad and stepmom. And while we were there, we came over to Deep Creek and did a little hiking. We hiked this little loop, had like 3 waterfalls on it. I think it was Tom Branch, Indian Creek, and Juney Wake Falls. I believe that's a pretty shot right there, eh? But and I'm almost back to that little loop, because and that little loop is where, I guess, the significant part. While I was hiking it with my daughter and dad and all, yeah, I was telling them, like, man, you know, I think I will start hiking, getting into this a little more. And that's where it started. So now, flash forward 3-4 years, whatever it was, I have backpacked in 14 states and hundreds of miles. So that's pretty cool. That little day with my daughter and family and all. Got that going. So I'm almost there. I don't know what waterfalls it actually crosses, like the path I'm going to be on actually crosses. I'm pretty sure it's not all 3. Well, it's definitely not all 3, because I was like a loop and one was back there. But hopefully we'll get 1 or 2. So I'll film them. This is Indian Creek Falls. And this one is Tom Branch Falls. All right, well, I'm very excited that my path took me through all 3 waterfalls from the path. So this is the 3rd, Juney Whank. It's got a nice little bridge and yeah, very Lord of the Rings right here, in my opinion. It just flows. I think I can head up there and reconnect with my trail. Juney Whank. All right, well, I am walking back into the parking lot where my car is, so that's gonna be a wrap on the Noland Divide Deep Creek loop. My GPS clocked in at about 19 miles, a little over, and it's just been a wonderful trip. I was really stoked that I got all 3 of those waterfalls in. That was pretty cool. I thought I was only gonna get like 1 or 2, but that was awesome. So, see my car. Going to get changed and cleaned up a little bit. Brush these old toofies. And then it's a long drive back to Mississippi. Have a good one.